the can't tell me it's not related to this program.
The people leave at 6:45.
I hear you.
But they come
It's
back.
commendable.
Yeah.
They come
Okay.
I
back.
appreciate what you're saying.
Yeah.
But
No, I'm just
This is
giving
what
you
we're
facts.
saying.
And I understand you're saying you have a problem.
I have
And I have a
two
problem
year-old
too. I live on
boy.
Noble Street,
I have
and I have people
two
leaving on my
year-old
gate and on my
boy.
gate too.
And I'm
I
walking
don't
down
have
the
a-
street and I
Right.
can't come out of my house with him because there are homeless guys, some of which are harassers, some of which are urinating. It's not just me. Peggy's seen it, other people have seen it.
And they're here a couple of years,
We-
they haven't seen
If,
it.
if we can be helpful to that process,
Yeah,
we
get
will
rid
bring
of
you. Okay, well, that's one suggestion.
But you know what? Okay.
Get rid
Like
of the house.
if
Let me take
you
a
want to
step
talk
back.
about,
It's an old problem, but it's an old solution. It's not working for us. It didn't work in Milton Street, it's not working
right,
here.
okay.
And you're bringing them into our neighborhood.
Yeah, that-
No, sir, nobody's bringing homeless guys into Greenpoint. Let's be real here, okay?
Hold on.
Greenpoint has a homeless problem.
It's our street.
All right, hold on.
This is our street.
I'm going to run the meeting. I respect the hands. That's what we said we would do. So let's get, we'll agree to disagree. But if you want us to help you on the homeless problem, then see us afterwards and come to the task
Well,
force.
that's my question now. There are people on the homeless people on the street.
Okay,
No, I-
Father Mers actually wanted to address this.
All right, let's, I got a lot of hands, so go
I'll
quick.
just say super quick. For years, many years here, there's been a soup program on Tuesday mornings. It goes from, it used to go from 10 to 12. It used to be a line in front. If you've been here for years, you would have seen a line. One of the first things I did when I came here was say, open it earlier and let them in. And that's in consideration for the neighbors. It's in consideration for them. People don't need to wait outside. You don't need to be on your way to work to see that happen. That's a process of lessening the impact. You know, we can't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. We're trying to lessen impact and do these things that we feel we're called to do to serve the vulnerable. And so that's my.
All right, we got a lot of hands, so let's go here.
First of all, I'm just going to speak for myself. I know we all call ourselves neighbors to each other, even though we don't all know each other. But to stand up here in good faith, and it's asking good faith of all these people, before we go forward, before you make any promises, or not promises, but just lay out any plans, there is what seems, to my estimation, a big habit of lacking transparency. And that seems to be left out because the people on Milton Street say they weren't informed until after the fact. 400 McGinnis was supposed to open in late fall. It opened 3 months early with nobody's notice. I don't know who lives over there. I'm not going to speak for them. But it seems, in my opinion, that there is a general lack of transparency. If you're going to ask something of a community, of people that put faith in each other, they call each other neighbors, you cannot stand before them and lack transparency. You have to be frank with us. You owe it to all these people. We're all neighbors.
We're giving you the
But
facts.
it's fine to say you were needing an exit sign. It's nothing. An intern, a spouse, somebody to photocopy flyers, to put them in a mailbox in time, to let people make decisions for themselves, to not let them find out from their neighbors.
This has been a
That's what I'm
long
asking for.
Okay, and honestly, there was a question of actually doing that. Putting a flyer in your mailbox was literally not. I didn't have the resources to get that done prior to this site. And I'm being totally honest with you because we did not have a lead time. We were told that the program would be discontinued from Milton Street on either Thursday, it was 2 Thursdays, right? And basically, I think on Tuesday we were trying to get it all together to see if this was going to work. So it was all very rushed, and so I apologize too for lack of transparency. That's not. I mean, I just had this.
Learn from your mistakes going forward.
Right, and it was not something that I could have avoided in this circumstance. And so, when it became clear that this was something that was going to happen, like I immediately put it on my Facebook page. I actually ran over here to the 94th Precinct Community Council meeting, missed it by 5 minutes because it was actually a really short community council meeting. It was a half-an-hour community council meeting. I think that Heather put it on her website, by that night. So it was, I know that not everyone checks my Facebook page or checks Heather's website. And so but it was a question of, that's what I was able to do to get the word out there before it actually happened. It was important to me to somehow get the word out there before it actually started. So I preceded it by about 24 hours.
Hold on, guys. This guy has his hand up. All right. You go next. You go next.
Bad job. It's a bad job. I'm sorry. That's what you should have said a half an hour.
This
I'm sorry.
Just one second, guys. This guy's a great case. Can we let him? It's a man.
More about the status of the conversion.
Sure.
Father Merz mentioned that's aimed at the continued financial viability of this church, which I think everybody in the neighborhood agrees is a positive thing. In my mind, though, the more this gets a foothold in the respite program, if I'm a developer, I'm not really chopping at the bit to buy the upper 2 floors and develop into commercial condominiums with the respite program, 19 beds down here. If this is permanent, if this is going to be recurring every winter, then is that going to go forward? Is it going to close? What's the status of that?
Yeah, but, you know, I think his program is going forward. This is not permanent. We're anything but a permanent respite program. And our funding runs to May.
Father told me approximately summer.
Yeah,
That's
so,
what he said.
you know, but literally the commitment, I believe the commitment between Common Ground and Father John is May. That's as far as he could go because of the development issues. My understanding, is that the development, once the work starts, this building is going to be, there'll be no CLO on it for over a year.
He said probably the summer, but you have to check on it.
And the priority, just so you know, was
And the
winter,
work-
it's cold.
Yeah.
So these things could change come the summer. The contract is up.
Our fiscal year runs to the end. New York City's fiscal year runs to the end of June.
It is not.
What's your name?
Steve Levin, City
I
Council.
gotta make sure a lot of people vote against you next election. You left, right?
Look, that's fine. That's your right.
Let me follow up because I think these are good factual questions. Go ahead.
Development falls through and it doesn't go to contract and it looks like in May that's not going to happen. Is this something that you're going to push to continue maybe as a summer program? Are you going to try to stay here if you feel like it's been working out for you?
Well, we felt like it was working out and the money was here. But that's John. I don't know where he is, but that's Father John's call. Yeah. I wouldn't push because
Period.
I don't think they can.
he's asking about the development. We were saying the summer, and he's saying if it fell through, would you be pushing to keep the program?
Not Father Merz necessarily, but you guys, Councilman.
Yeah. Well, we'll start with him and then we'll go.
Ever the naive optimist, we're signing a contract this week. So I don't see, we're signing the contract. Like, there could be a glitch. So I think this thing is going to happen in July. I mean, nobody wants this to happen more than me. You know, I worked tirelessly. Like, this is the future of this church. This is the future of the stability, the financial stability is resting on this.
And what has been their reaction to the respirator?
Who's that?
The purchases.
Well, you know, if you're a real estate agent and you think you can sell a piece of property with a respite program downstairs, I think you must be one of the best in the world. That's not.
I think I can do it.
They're not. The developers are right now. They're saying, well, you know, in the interim time, they're fine with it. You know, while this is going on, because they're going to be doing their building.
So I think you're agreeing with his thesis, which is it's not when the development happens, this would be a negative impact. So he's going to
I
develop.
just want to know if that's something.
Right.
I mean, I have not pushed
Yeah, no.
this
he
program
wants to know whether
on any,
it would be here.
on Father Merz or Pastor Cansfield. They have brought them into their parish. This is a temporary basis. I would be happy for this program to be anywhere in the community that's willing to accept it. I honestly, I'm not wedded to Java Street. I'm not wedded to Milton Street. I'm not wedded to St. Anthony's or St. Stan's. What I'm trying to do, and
How far?
I think everybody here from Greenpoint can agree, the homeless problem, the alcoholism, these are friends, these are families, these are people we know, it's a good program, it's something we want, but there is, I think we can agree, probably a better place to house it. And, we're looking to you to say, yeah, we agree, we're gonna work with you to try to find maybe potentially a better place for this. Because
Absolutely.
it's something that needs to be addressed, it needs to be here, but not necessarily here on this block, in this location.
I concur. I would like, we're open to any place that's willing to be.
You're next. Let me take it.
I just say a follow-up to something that Christopher said, but also something that both of you said, and that is has to do with alcoholism and substance addiction, and I'd like to add to that mental health. I'd like to know specifically what this program is going to offer these people in terms of solving those core problems that may be at the root of their
If I can, I'll jump a little bit into the substance abuse issues. The thing that's been particularly difficult with the substance abuse issues in this community and with the detoxing in Woodhull has been people who only speak Polish. The staff here we have bilingual staff here all the time. We have people who have been trained as what's called recovery coaches. They're very connected to AA, Polish AA, English AA, and they're committed to helping these folks get to Woodhull. And detox, but they're getting a Polish-speaking person to bring them back to try to connect them. There's outpatient Polish-speaking services around the corner, but if the connection isn't made from the detox, you have to get somebody so that they're not drunk, so that you can counsel them. You can't counsel them.
They can't go up to McGinnis, they have McGinnis Boulevard.
The city could put them in McGinnis Boulevard, but I mean, since we've opened this program, or began this program, because we've got two openings, the individuals who we've been working with consistently, not one of them has need to use a detox. So we've been working with them from a harm reduction point of view to get them to stop using it and to start to think about sobriety. And we do that by having people who speak their language, who are sober and in recovery. It's not easy. These are people who have very extensive alcohol problems, and usually combined with some mental health problems. But as I said earlier, we're spending a ton of money on these people. It's like a car wash, basically, in Woodhull. So that part of the problem. I want to take some more questions because I see some.